Cuba. Is it safe? What do I need? High voltage electricity and shortages. Let's go. Let's see, I want tropical beach, beautiful sand, palm trees, turquoise water, endless food and endless drinks, a beautiful pool, excursions, a local town nearby. Yep, I'm going to Varadero. So after a 2-day delay, I am finally in Toronto. As you can see, it is snowing out here. I will be in Cuba, Varadero tonight. I'm actually getting some work done here too on one of my next videos. 2 things you need. The first is a Cuba entry form, which is found online at this address. Fill out the info and submit it. If you see this page, you're at the bottom. Simply scroll up. One thing I found confusing was this page. I was about to select tourism, but then saw visit, which is the accurate description. You'll see this when you're done, and this will be sent to your email. You have 2 choices now. You can print it or screenshot it to your phone. Either form is acceptable at Cuban Customs with this barcode that will be scanned. And this is very important. You can only fill this form in 48 hours prior to departure. I filled mine out the night before. The second form is this one and will be supplied to you on your flight. Fill it out and keep it with your passport, as you will need it for both entry and exit from Cuba. Okay, so there's a lot of differing info out there regarding Cuba in general. Let's tackle the basics. Can U.S. citizens fly direct to and visit Cuba? Yes, but you must have a visa to Cuba. There are non-stop flights from places like New York and Miami. Now this video is not about how to visit Cuba from the States, but it is possible, and there are websites to help you out. Next question, is Cuba safe? Yes. This was my second time down here, and I've never had any remotely unsafe situation. On my first visit, I expected to see the police and army cruising around in the back of police pickup trucks with AK-47 style weapons. Nothing like that here. There's the Beatles bar, which backs onto a park. When I finished my meal, I walked through there at night and soon realized that that was not the smartest thing to do. But again, I had 0 issues. Everyone you talk to who has been here before will all tell you how safe they feel. And please like and subscribe. They're both free to do, and they help my channel out tremendously. Thank you. In regards to what currency to bring with you, do you need the Cuban peso? No. Bring Canadian and or US cash, and bring small bills for tips. I had a situation where the charge for an activity was $5 US or $10 Canadian.
In American, $5.
Okay.
In Canadian, 10.
Yeah, I paid in US. If you do want Cuban pesos, find out what the current exchange rate is before you go. And once you're in Cuba, then ask several different people for what the exchange rate is. So people like the hotel front desk and also the beach lifeguard. They'll all have different exchange rates. So pick the best one and try to barter as well. Next up, how do you get around? Yes, you can rent a car, a motorbike, or scooter. They're available. But mostly you'll be using a taxi or the tourist bus. The bus is a double-decker open roof that does a loop between Varadero on one end and the marina at the other end and costs $5 for the day. Just remember to get your ticket. Be prepared. The bus gets crowded, but you will get an awesome view. Here's a couple tips for using the bus. First, if you're going to Varadero and your hotel is close, like a half-hour walk away close, I would recommend walking instead if you're able to. And that's because the bus will likely be packed the closer you are to town, and the buses run about every 20 minutes. Second, if you want to tour the town by bus on the top deck first before you start walking around, and you end up on the lower deck because it's packed, wait for the bus to stop at the first stop in town. Most people get off here, so while they're getting off, you go upstairs and grab a seat. Also, it stops over here for about 15 minutes. So if you get here and you see another bus waiting, go switch buses like these people are doing so you avoid the 20-minute wait. The bus is not the fastest because it stops at a lot of the resorts. The fastest way is taking a cab. And here's where you can experience the iconic Cuban taxi in an old American car. Just like you'll get several different rate exchange quotes for your money, you can usually get different rates for the taxi as well. So remember to barter everything. Cuban electrical outlets are rated at 220 volts, so I was smart and bought one of these. because it has this extension to plug into the wall. Well, there's no need because the typical 2-prong fits. Now I know what you're thinking, the 220 is going to blow up my cell phone. Have a look at your wall charger and you'll see that it's rated to 240 volts, so you're good to go. However, your favorite hairdryer will get blown up, so don't use it. Historically, Cuba has shortages of basic needs and COVID has amplified that. Things like alcohol, meds, pop, and even toilet paper is not uncommon, but it's not like that everywhere. So here are a few items that you might want to include in your suitcase. Bug spray, those no-see-ums are brutal at night. Imodium and painkillers, sunscreen, a roll of toilet paper, and tissues. And if you have room, some basic amenities for the locals. I will also be doing a review of the Iberostar Playa Alameda, so stay tuned. Cool, just found this one.